All right, bang, bang. Bang, bang. I caught you niggas sleeping. Yeah, y'all know y'all thought I was coming on. You understand at 10:30, but I'm early. Right, bang, bang. Uh-oh. Let me get that. Bang, bang. I caught you niggas sleeping. Yeah, y'all know. I'm in the house. I'm gonna give you time to get in here. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. I'm in the house, y'all. I'm in the house. Was doing some things early. That's why I push it, as late as, it was today. Normally, I wouldn't do it that late. And I'm about to get on myself to make sure that, this don't happen. You feel me? I need to be going early. But it ain't going to make no goddamn difference because I'm going to do what need to be done regardless. I'm in the house, y'all. Run and tell everybody. I know y'all was on speed dial. Keep my shit on speed dial. You feel me? Had to put that frankincense and myrrh on. You know what I'm saying? My baby got me some fresh scents for my birthday. You know what I'm saying? She know I rock that frankincense and myrrh, so she got me together. See, when I put that frankincense and myrrh on, I feel holy. You feel me? I feel holy. That's what I'm gonna do. And so when I feel holy, then I really go to the essence of the matter. Okay? I go to the essence of the matter. Let me get my monitors up. How everybody doing out there? Black Power. This is the General Cyrus Sunsetti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. I'm in the house, y'all. Run and get everybody. Everybody. I mean, granny, you understand? Daddy, mama, cousin, nephew, uncle. Go get them all. Get them in here today. Tell them go get their Bible and everything. You understand? So we can straighten them out. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody done lied to our family. And so today we got to straighten them out. We got to get them together. We got to get them together. Too many of you niggas, they say you goes buys the Bible. You say you goes buys the Bible. That's right. You nigga go right by the Bible and your nigga don't even know, ain't even got the key. You ain't even got the legend to go in there and really read the book and expose all the lies and pull what truth is in there, small truth on top of it, okay? Small truth. Because technically, once you get that, you could technically just throw that motherfucker away. But since we know so many of our peoples is trapped, we have to keep it. You understand? And use it as an instrument. You understand what I'm saying? That's all it is. It ain't, because you use the Bible, you using it as an instrument to wake the people up. That's all you're using it for. Ain't holy. It's holy, but it ain't the HOLY. It's WHOLEY. LELY. Holy. Real holy. You understand what I'm saying? Full of holes. And I'm gonna, if it ain't, I'm gonna shoot them up in there today. I'm gonna shoot holes all through that shit today. So get ready, get your book out. Get your holy Bible out. WHOLELY. You understand? Holy. Get that book on out. Ain't gonna take long today, because if y'all didn't watch yesterday, you need to go back. And if you didn't, if you watch them together, boom, boom, you'll be running. I don't want to spend too much time today. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna dive right into the message. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got long. It's 9:30 Eastern time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna try to rock out. I say that all the time till I get heated up. Then when I get heated up, ain't no telling. But I've been averaging damn near 2 hours. That's how I do. Black Power family, how y'all doing out there? That's right. That's right. I respect y'all to be in the house. You know what I'm saying? I know on the weekend niggas out there doing everything. This, but this is where you find the true family at. You know what I'm saying? Cause I study 24/7. There ain't no, you know what I'm saying? I don't even look at the day. Every day is an opportunity to learn and grow. You know what I'm saying? So I don't take no damn days off. I'm reading and shit, and I'm studying and shit, and every even a little amount of studying add up. You know what I'm saying? But for real, I average. Anybody will tell you, I average at least 3 hours a day. You know, that's minimum, studying. You know what I'm saying? I've been reading and shit. I've been on my lectures. I've been on the internet. You know what I'm saying? I've been, even when I watch shit on TV, it's got to be something relating to a historical period. I don't watch shit frivolously. I ain't got time for all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to come teach you. And if I show up with, some old shit, y'all gonna be like, damn, Sadie, nigga, you done said that shit before. Nigga, come with something new. You know what I'm saying? Take me somewhere, Sadie. You understand? Take me through a portal. And so that's what that's why I'm always studying. And, I go places where no nigga will go. I'm not your average researcher. These niggas, the guidelines of the European system, that's they don't go outside of them parameters. I go outside all the parameters. You understand what I'm saying? I go outside all the parameters to get to the truth. You understand what I'm saying? And so if the next man can set up the parameters for you, even when you're doing historical research, nigga, then he controls your circumference of thinking. You understand what I'm saying? And I won't let nobody do that. You know what I'm saying? Even when we jumped on the metal now, that just blew niggas' mental, circumference clean out the goddamn box. They're so used to being trained. You know what I'm saying? That, nobody ever thought to say, well, you know what? We never really put this shit on the chopping block to see if it was, wait a minute, is we good out there? Hold on now. I got to make sure we good out there now. Let me make sure we good out there. Let me make sure we good out there. Okay. Yeah, it's looking good. I want to make sure we good. You know what I'm saying? The internet straight. All right. Yeah, it's looking clear. All right. So now today I'm trying to let, because I snuck in. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let family come on in because I was supposed to go on an hour later, but I'm ready to go to work. You know what I'm saying? If I come on at 10:30, 11:30, 12, it don't make no difference though. I still work the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? When I get to teaching, I can go into the wee hours of the morning. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want, but you niggas go to the club, so it shouldn't bother you if I do that. You just got to, one day, nigga out your, your year, you ain't got to always, go out on no goddamn Saturday and Friday. Sit your ass down, get you some lessons. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, family. Thank you for your support. Appreciate everything you do. That's why I come on up here and show out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to show out today. Don't think we're not. We're going to show out today. I just want the family to get in because I don't want them to miss this. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll give them a few more minutes. But yesterday, just to give a brief, rundown of what we're dealing with the African origins of what we call Mesopotamia, and which is nothing but a colony of Africa. What is Mesopotamia? That's what you call Babylon, what you call Assyria. You see what I'm saying? Which, has a connection to the Bible, because this is where they say, Abraham come from Ur, in which ain't no Chaldea at that time. Ur was a city of Babylon, and Babylon was the southern district of Sumeria. Okay, now all of these terms, you know what I'm saying, it's just like the metal netter. There's really no ancient documentation to prove that, these were Sumer or Babylon or any of that was the name of these. And we know that they was Ethiopian Cushite. But like I say, people create shit to control the narrative. Okay, so when you go in the Bible, it says Shinar, it says Babylon. And so based on that, most people use the Bible as a history book. And so for that, from that perspective, what the Bible called the land, that's what most people gonna call it, even though they don't have no historical facts or documentation to prove that that's what they call the colony. You understand? But based on the culture of what we see, is no doubt that it was Egyptian. And I don't know why, these people continue to tell a blatant goddamn lie, as if we, today we got astounding, students and teachers of African studies. Okay, I've been studying, and when you go back, even when I was at True Bookstore, you know what I'm saying? You talking about 2006, 2007. The Cushites of Mesopotamia was one of my first lectures that I did. When I started at True, I started with it was a Black History extravaganza. I was just coming out of Egypt, and I was, at that time, I didn't even know what I was going to do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I was, but I was ready. I had my computer. I had been, I'm doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I'm saying? That's why nobody can't fuck with me. And I must say that. Nigga, I took niggas to the computer doing hood lectures for real. For this, now you got the other old head motherfuckers. Yeah, they was doing it. But even then, they wasn't on no goddamn computer for real. You go back and watch them niggas. Them niggas is on, turnarounds and shit and whoop-de-whoop. You know what I'm saying? Seti the one brought that Mac in and slayed goddamn Eileen. You know what I'm saying? You seen that goddamn MacBook Pro up there then. So, I took motherfuckers into this technology shit for real today. You know what I'm saying? Going on YouTube and laying it down. Wasn't no damn rappers on there yet or nothing. They was up, but they wasn't making no money. YouTube wasn't monetized at that time. So shit, I went on YouTube damn near the year after it started. I think YouTube started in 2006. And I went on there like 2007. And from that point on, nigga, it was just, it was just superstardom from the very jump. You know what I'm saying? I was just cutting into it, but with the facts, you know what I'm saying? So the way I'm teaching it today, and that's how I was teaching, you know what I'm saying? Really, I wasn't even showing my face. I was just putting the slides in there, and you know what I'm saying? And I would talk behind the slides, and then people didn't even know what I looked like at first. You know what I'm saying? But today, with the, the technology that advanced to a higher state, to where you can come in and out and shit and have other people on there, and that's beautiful and shit, because now you can just do so many things with the technology, but we got to use it to the best benefit of our people. Too many times we coming up on this motherfucking internet with frivolous motherfucking conversation that don't amount to nothing. When I do something and say something, I expect for this shit to be up here forever. I don't expect, you could come down there just like my, the young, when I was in my younger years and shit, you know what I'm saying? That young Seti, that shit's still up there, still classic, gonna always be there. So anytime I do something, I'm thinking about, eternity. When I lay it down, like tonight, I said, when I come on here, I got to rock the house. I ain't gonna be playing no games. I'm gonna, just where I left off yesterday is where I'm gonna start up the goddamn day. I'm gonna be hitting. I'm gonna be making the serious points. You need to get your damn notepad out and write these facts down. You can always come back to the video and rewatch it again and again and go do your research and get your ass on this front line and help me, you understand, advance the state of this gas movement. Okay, Pan-African, not pan that much, getting out of that. We're not using pan no more. We're not using pan. We're not gonna be spewing none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be, even when I do the days, I'm gonna change the days this month for me. I'm gonna say the criminally renamed day Monday. You know, I'm gonna get a correct name, and I'm gonna start getting it in my vocabulary and getting it in my conscience that on that day, that's this essence that I'm gonna be venerating. I'm not gonna be venerating no Viking deities. And all throughout my language. Anywhere I become conscious of some shit, and I know damn well it ain't got nothing to do with my movement and my energy, I'm getting rid of it. That's how you change the operating system of your consciousness, okay? Of your consciousness. That's why I say, we can always talk about what we're going to do physically to a motherfucker, but yet and still, how we going to get to that point until we destroy the enemy that's inside our goddamn mind. That's the deity. That's the enemy you should be trying to destroy first. And many times, the enemy is the deity. You see what I'm saying? So, it's a lot of, house cleaning that we got to do as individuals. And that's why when we do that, then the progress will start to happen. The reason why that many of us, and as a community, let's say as a community, why we haven't performed to our ability is because we still have a lot of house cleaning to do. Okay? And you got to look in the mirror and you have to acknowledge that. I'm forcing myself every motherfucking day to be better. See, I'm coming up here. Nigga, get your ass up there and do what you do best. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I get in the back and I get to researching and shit, but no, that ain't enough. Nigga, I done piled up so much goddamn research. I could probably go live every day for the whole fucking year and probably not touch on one subject too many times. You know what I'm saying? Go all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Just like today, yesterday, shit. This lecture extended 2 days, 3. The other one extended 3-4 days, and I really didn't even touch, a fourth or a fifth of that information. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna have a very extraordinary year, and I want you to be right there along with me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're there, I'm guaranteeing there's no other motherfucking place you can be that gonna get you the type of growth. At the end of this goddamn year, you're gonna say, fucking with SETI, goddamn, man, I done went up damn 4, 5 damn levels, 6 damn levels. You know what I'm saying? The next motherfucker ain't gonna get you up one. And I'm just being real because, again, we got to deal with the information that's necessary for us to grow. A lot of times we believe a lot of the shit that's coming out of our mouth is necessary. It's not necessary. And in fact, it's hindering our growth. Frivolous conversation. If we ain't got nothing to say that's going to really develop, shut the fuck up and go study. Go learn something. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, it ain't necessary for a motherfucker to open up their mouth. Go learn something, nigga. And then when you learn something, then come on the scene and speak, nigga, and speak that power. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we at today. Thank you for coming out. Today we're going to do part two. Nimrod, Babylon, and the African origins of ancient Mesopotamia and Arabia. Now, yesterday, as I was dealing with Mesopotamia, let me line my Arabia up. Let me line my Arabia up right quick. I had it up there yet. Okay, here it go already. It came up already. let me get these chapters and verses up that I need. Right there. Right there. That's one of them. That's one of them right there. Okay, that's Genesis 21. Okay, let me get this together, y'all. So when I start firing off, and I need y'all, like I said, I want y'all to don't come on SETI shit and you ain't got no goddamn notebook. You know what I'm saying? Get you a notebook. You are in class. You know what I'm saying? It's not enough to just write the key information down. Hey, get you a notebook. And I want you to fill this motherfucker up. I want you to have some notebook, and I goddamn it, I'm gonna see it. Damn it, I want motherfuckers to do Instagram or something, saying, God damn it, these are all the notes I took from SETI this goddamn year. Straight the fuck up and I want you to write the subjects and shit. And I want nigga like we in class. God damn it, we're gonna fill that shit up. I'm gonna get you all the references that you need, this, that, and the third. We're gonna get some growth in this community. And I mean that. We ain't gonna be talking about no frivolous shit. Okay, so get them notebooks now. Please do that. And I'm not bullshit. Okay, I need that. Okay, I need that. Okay, I need that. All right. Bingo. I need that. Okay. I got to make sure it's the right version of the Bible. Y'all come on in, get ready. Y'all know how I do. I'm here early. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that version. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? That mean a whole lot. That mean a whole lot, huh? Some of them goddamn versions of the Bible, and that should be, it being a goddamn language I don't even understand. Okay. Yeah, I think it's down here. All right, yeah, there one. All right, there one right there. Okay, I got that lined up. I got that line. Let me get this other. Okay, there the next one. Lining them up. Lining them up. Okay, let me get that whole one. Let me get that whole chapter right there. Lining it up. Let me line it up, family. Then we gonna go to war. Then we gonna go to war. There you go, right there. There you go, right there. See, they falling right in my hands now. Let me get down where I need to be. There you go. There you go. Okay, I got that. Bingo. Okay. All right. Family in the house. Let me see how we look. Yeah, we good. We about to rock now. Okay, if you wasn't in the house, I'm gonna warm you up. I'm gonna warm you up. Let me get the lecture up so we can start. And I'm gonna start with Arabia and focus on a little of Arabia today. You know what we term Arabia. Yes, we did, but I just didn't hit on them key biblical passages that I wanted to hit on. Okay, Let me get this out the way. I don't need that. Let me get this one out the way too. And let me fire off. Okay, close that one out. Where is it? I'm gonna start back with the map. So we can get it popped. Let me start back with the maps and get it popped. Let me get some water right quick. Don't go nowhere. We about to get started. I'm rocking and rolling. Let me get some water. All right, let's go, y'all. Okay. Now, I'm gonna start here again. Let me share my page. Let's rock. Let's goddamn rock, y'all. Once I get to rocking, I ain't gonna stop. Now, it's key because a lot of people read the Bible, they interpret Egypt by way of the Bible. You understand what I'm saying? They even celebrate holidays, Passover, and all of that shit, which is nothing but the desecration of ancient Egypt. You understand what I'm saying? Which they call Good Friday. Okay? They call that Good Friday, which is Passover, where, they celebrate the murder of Africa, the firstborn of Africa, of ancient Egypt. You see, everything is interpreted through the Bible. And people don't understand that Africa is far older than anything in the goddamn Bible. So we had to go to what you call the human journey, okay? From the global DNA data. Now, I don't let no white man count my pockets. And I tell y'all niggas that every goddamn time. But you know what I'm saying? We can see that even based on this chart here of the human migration, which is of Africa. When you see them dates up there, that's African people. That ain't no European, no Indian or nothing. Those are African people. As you can see, when you look to East Africa from north to south, and you can see right there that date is arbitrary. Because we're gonna run it down, right? It says 200,000 years. But goddamn it, if you understand that Africa from North Africa to South Africa is almost 6,000 and some hundred odd miles, and ain't no goddamn way everybody gonna be from north to south at 200,000 years. Okay? That's impossible. So you see, they just gave a roundabout number for the whole of East Africa, North and South. That's impossible. The South is far older than the North. Okay? The people lived in the South around the Great Lakes region. And when they left the Great Lakes region, they went south before they came north. Okay? So South Africa and the Central Africa, Central East Africa is older than Northeast Africa. Okay? And so it's impossible for 200,000 years to be an appropriate number for that amount of land mass. See, so right there, they just, when you let another nigga count your pockets, nigga, you gonna always come up short. That's just the bottom goddamn line. You know what I'm saying? So Africa You know, they want to say we was evolved, and how the hell you gonna let a man who just crawled out this cave 10 years ago? You know, I'm just giving you know, just to let you know that these are infants. They are fetuses compared to our walk on this planet. And so there's no way that you can allow them to count the numbers, because you gonna come up short, because they're gonna try to keep the numbers close enough. You understand that you can kind of explain one by the other. But here is, you can see that what you call Arabia, which we're going to get into, there is no Arabia at that time, because there is no Arab. Okay, that's Kush. That's Northeast Africa. Okay, there is no Arabia. There is no Mesopotamia. Okay, even though we using them terms today, just like I use Victoria for the lake, you know, the largest lake in Africa, because if you go to a map, that's what you're going to see. And so I don't want to throw you off. I just want to make the point, and we'll get to changing the names, but we want to keep the name universal, that where anybody, anywhere in the world, if we was teaching and we say Lake Victoria, when they go to the map, that's what they're going to see. Some niggas get to doing all these changes and shit and can't even make the point, because when the people go to the map and look for that shit, they ain't gonna find it. So don't shoot yourself in the foot being too goddamn smart. You want to make the fucking point, okay? So when we say Arabia, you know, that's 50,000 years on the map, okay? But that's where this is where the supposed prophets of the Bible come from, okay? And so they claim that, you know, Arabia, or what you call Mesopotamia, is older than Africa. I must state that. Okay? They saying that humanity left what is known, you know, left what we know of today as Mesopotamia and went into Africa. And we know that it's vice versa. That let me clear myself up. I got to get out of that. Not all humanity, because we are not one family. And that's clear. We are African people. Our people descend off the continent of Africa. And so no European, no Asian, no Indian, none of them are types of the African continent. So wherever they come from, they did not, you know, come from Africa. So a lot of people always say where they come from. I'll tell you what, I might not know exactly where they come from, but I know where they didn't goddamn come from. And then that's a good goddamn start. You know what I'm saying? And we know that we populated the whole of the tropical zone, which I'm going to show, which is 30 degrees north, 30 degrees south latitude. We control the whole of the tropical zone. Okay, that's our, you know, that's our environment. That's our habitat. Okay, and as you can see with this this chart, you can see that West Africa, we went into West Africa even before we went in what you call today is Arabia. Okay, so we populated the whole of the African continent before we went anywhere. So we got to be clear about that. So West Africa is older than Mesopotamia. We got to be clear about that. West Africa is older than Mesopotamia and all of that. Okay, so we got to be clear. And then where you see, even in Australia, you see 50,000, that's a goddamn lie. Because if we was in Arabia at 50,000 years, how the fuck is we gonna get to Australia the same amount of time? See, that's silliness. You see what I'm saying? See, they trying to reconfigure the numbers. So we can stay, they can stay somewhere on the, a possibility that they was on the scene, which they were not, okay? Which they were not, you know what I'm saying? So there's no way, and then you can see even 50,000 years ago, even in the, southern China. How the fuck is you gonna be in Arabia, southern China, and Australia at the same time if you walking? That's goddamn impossible. The only way you're gonna do that is if you on ships. Now, if you're gonna admit that the African was on ships, then come on out and say it. Other than that, ain't no goddamn way the way they teach how we migrated out of Africa, that we was walking, that you gonna walk from goddamn Arabia to goddamn the South Pacific, and then how the fuck you gonna get down to Australia unless you was on goddamn ships and on boats? You gonna have to be on ships. You ain't gonna be on no damn canoe out there on them seas and out there on them damn oceans. Okay, you need to be on ships. So you can see right here that even in this, they admit that what you call Arabia is much, much younger than the continent of Africa. So that right there destroys the Bible right there, okay? Because it opened up and you talking about some goddamn, some Adam and Eve and this, that, and the third, and goddamn it, and then you look at the bloodline of Adam and Eve, go to Noah, and then Noah had 3 sons, one of them named Ham, who gave birth to Egypt, and all this shit take place in the landmass that we know of called Arabia and Mesopotamia, which is Iraq, Iran, and what you know of today as Arabia. That's impossible, okay? Because it's a much younger landmass, okay? Let me keep it moving. So when you look here, family did it right, even though they still using terminologies that, was created by the writers of the Bible to control the narrative. Okay, Africa is not the land of Ham, but we using that terminology because that's who they tried, to make the father of Africa. And in that, they, give up a lot of information that Ham was black, that Cush was black, that Ethiopia was black, that Egypt was black. Okay, even Canaan, which is the brother of Egypt and Ethiopia, is black. And I'm going to show you in the Bible where they committed genocide on these African people. Okay, when you look at some of the Ramah and Sabata and Sheba, see, these were the original Cushites, according to the Bible, that was in the land before Arab, before Israelite, or any of that. You understand? They document these facts, but this God gave them permission to take the land from the original inhabitants. So when we say that this is Northeast Africa, it's fact. That's all a part of the Ethiopian Empire. Now, we understand that when we dealing with the Great Lakes region of Africa, this is where African kind developed. This is where we began. This is our earliest walk. And you can see why, because number one, you got fresh water, and that's got to be a key factor in any development of any nation. You got to have water, you got to have food. And so we had such abundance of water, we had so much abundance of food. This what caused African civilizations to sprout up. You understand what I'm saying? Far earlier than any other landmass on the planet, because we were blessed with natural resources that no other people, it wasn't no other goddamn people. Let me be clear about that. You see what I'm saying? Was nobody else on the planet documented to have been doing nothing. You see what I'm saying? Them people just came into history the last 2,000 years. Let's be clear about that. They just come into history the last 2,000 years, 0 AD. And that's why they start right there, because they know that's their entrance into what you call history. If a man thought he was older than that, you think he'd start 0 AD just 2,000 years ago? That was his own doing. The African people did not create those dates. Okay, so you got all the dating system, all the chronology of the white man. You got to be very, very speculative about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that we know if he the last man to come on the scene, then goddamn it, we know he don't know. He guessing. If you see in Southern Europe 20,000 years, and then you go into Central Africa 200,000 years, and then when you go to 20,000, that's us. That's when we got there, okay? That's when we got there. Every date, and these is arbitrary date, but that's not the European, that's us. That's when we got into Southern Europe, okay? You know, when you see the 15,000 years in North and South, that's us. That's when we got there. You understand what I'm saying? And we've been in Australia for at least 100,000 years. We ain't just because we was on ships, we've been in Australia as African people. We've been in India. You understand? Before that, long before the so-called Indian was there. You got to understand ages have gone and passed. African people are so damn old that ages, and when I talk about an age could be 100,000 years. So at least 2, 3, 4, 5 ages then came and went. And the facts speak to that. When you're looking at the pyramid, you're looking at a monument that it took 250,000 to 500,000, 500,000 years to develop the knowledge to build it. So, and you even at 200,000, anybody in their right mind, when you get to the pyramid, you're going to know that it's going to take more than 200,000 years to develop that knowledge. Okay, anybody in their right damn mind. Let's move. So again, when you're looking at what today is called Israel, we're talking about tectonic plates. Okay, you got the so-called Arabian plate, and you can see Arabia pulled away from Africa. So that's even more documentation that, it's Northeast Africa. Okay, that land was connected at one time. Okay, and if you look at the top, you'll see that a portion of today, what is called Israel, is still on the African plate. It's still on the African plate. So that's Africa. When you look at Israel, from the point you see the red line going up, separating Israel from the Arabian plate, you are still on the continent of Africa. You must understand that. We're dealing with science today. So, technically, the indigenous people of that land was Africans. Okay, there ain't no Arabian plate. Okay, that's the minor African plate. You got the major African plate, and then you got the minor African plate. Let me keep it moving. So, what we're talking about? I got some more maps to help clear some shit up. We're talking about, number one, the map being top side up. If you got it the Eurocentric way with Europe at the top, nigga, you upside down. You understand what I'm saying? Because we came from the beginning of the Nile. That's where African kind began, at the beginning of the Nile. And the flow of the river is from Lake Victoria down to Egypt, up out of Ethiopia down into Egypt. Okay, so if you turn it upside down with Europe on the top, a lot of people will make the assumption that the Nile River is flowing from the Mediterranean down to Lake Victoria, the criminally renamed Lake Victoria, but it's not. It is flowing from Lake Victoria down to Egypt, and that's how the civilizations develop. Okay, the more ancient civilizations of Ethiopia and Sudan, you understand, developed first because they're further up the river. And Egypt was the last civilization to develop on the Nile. And then once you got to Egypt, it went into the islands in the Mediterranean, which I'm going to show. You understand? It went into Crete. And so you can see that the Africans coming down into Mesopotamia. They coming down into India. And you're going to see, which I'm going to show you. Let me go right into this. Where my maps at that I create? I was creating some maps because I wanted to clear some things up. I think here they go. Here they go right here. Here they go right here. Okay. Here they go right here. So when it gets to Egypt, if you can see right there in the Mediterranean, you got Crete. Okay, that's the oldest city. You can see that civilization is developing with the flow of the Nile. Let me put my star up on by Crete so y'all can see. And y'all need to know this. This is powerful information. That's Crete over there. Now, how in the hell is the oldest civilization of European history in the Mediterranean. That don't make no goddamn sense. Ain't no European come from no island of Crete. You understand? When you look at the old, and you look it up tonight, look up the oldest civilization of Europe, and it's the Minoan civilization, okay? Which is on the island of Crete, okay? So now when you see, you wouldn't be able to understand that unless you understood that civilization was developing with the flow of the Nile, coming up out of the heart of Africa, down into Egypt. Once it gets into Egypt, it goes into the islands first, and then it goes to mainland Greece. You see what I'm saying? Now you can see how they coming. When you look at Mesopotamia, which we looked at yesterday, the oldest part of the Mesopotamian civilization was in the south, because the Africans are selling in. Ain't no development coming from from Europe. No development is coming from that direction. Everything is coming from the south. Even when you look at there you go. This is right side up. It ain't top side up. You understand? This is upside down, technically. You know what I'm saying? But just so you can see, this is where the earliest part of the Mesopotamian civilization, and you can see that the monsoons, what we call the monsoons, which is the strong winds that blow from Africa to Asia, and then for the latter part of the year, it blow, which I'm gonna show, back from Asia to Africa. It'll sail you right to India. It'll sail you right into the Gulf of what they call Oman, into the Persian Gulf. So the Africans took the monsoons to India. They took the monsoons into Mesopotamia. They took the monsoons even to Australia. Okay? So let me show y'all the monsoons. You need to, here they go right here. Here they go right here. You see what I'm saying? So from June to September, they blow towards India, towards the Persian Gulf. And so, with that, it was easy during those times to go to the land of India, or what you call Hindu Kush. It was easier to go into what you call the Persian Gulf at that time. And then when you was ready to come back September to March, you would take it back to Africa. So if you was, if you had commodities and you was trading, you understand what I'm saying? If you was ready to take your trade to the Persian Gulf or to Hindu Kush, the best time to do that was June through September, because them monsoon winds gonna blow your ass right on in. A lot of people by mistake got caught up in them damn winds, okay? And if you was ready, to trade with Africa, and you had large commodities, you know what I'm saying, from September to March was the best time for you to go towards Africa, okay? And so these is the trade winds that the Africans took back and forth to these land masses. Now, I'm gonna go over this again for you. You understand what I'm saying? When we looking at, matter of fact, let me go back up. Let me go back up. Let me go back up. Let me go here to get y'all warmed up. Just to show y'all, we using common sense today. You know what I'm saying? Now, you looking to the right, you looking at Japheth, you looking at Ham, you looking at Shem, you looking at Cush, okay? Now, Japheth, Ham, and Shem are the three sons of Noah, and the earth was supposedly populated by them, after the flood. I don't see how that's possible when goddamn Shem was born 2441 BC, Ham was born 2440 BC, Japheth was born 2444 BC, and you can see right here the pyramids was at 2550, and then the first king of Sumer was at 2520. How the hell is that possible? when the pyramids is already standing and you got to add 250,000 more years to the 2550, because that's how much time it took you to develop the damn knowledge to put the damn pyramid there. You can't just put 2550 up there. You got to put the 250 to 500,000 years of development it took to get to the pyramid on top of the 2550. So they talking about the father of Egypt was born 24/4. Ham is the, according to the Bible, is the father of Egypt. How the fuck could Ham be the father of Egypt and the pyramid already standing in Egypt before Ham born? See, this is crazy right here. I want y'all to wake up to this shit. Okay? Now, the reason why I keep the Bible, because they told a lie that they got to hold on to, that that they should not have told, and that was that the children of Ham were black, that they were African. See, they said this shit long before they went up in them damn tombs and found them, them black faces on the walls of the pyramids in the temple. And so when they found them black faces up there on the walls of the pyramids in the temple, now they want to come and rewrite the goddamn story. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Catholics create saints to Christianize a lot of the pagan or the pre-Christian worship, they'll create a saint like Saint Nicholas and say, oh, Santa Claus is a version of Saint Nicholas, when they know goddamn well Santa Claus is Odin. Santa Claus is Thor. He's not Saint Nicholas. When you look at the similarities between Santa Claus and Saint Nicholas, there are none. But when you look at the similarities between Odin and Santa Claus, you will see his endless. Okay, so they'll create a lie, they'll create a figure, you understand, to Christianize and throw you off. These are created creatures to control the narrative of Africa. That's all they have. They never existed, but the one thing that is clear is that they knew that Egypt was a black nation. But if you go off into the university, they'll lie and tell you that Egypt was a white nation. Okay? They'll tell you that the descendants of Egypt came from Europe. Okay? But in the Bible, it's clear that Egypt was the brother of Ethiopia. That Canaan, which is Israel before it, was brothers of Ethiopia. That what you call Arabia was ruled by Ethiopians. There was no Arab in the land. Okay, that all that land was ruled by Ethiopian Cushites. Okay, we got to make this shit clear. Okay, let me touch some things. I'm gonna be quick with it. So when we talking about that, the civilization started at the beginning of the Nile, and you see the population, you look at the darkness of Africa, you got to see this, that Egypt is an African nation, and that the land masses of Canaan and what you call were African. Okay, and you must understand the flow of the river, the geographical prowess of the river, because Egypt depends solely on the Nile River for water. Okay, so if you up in that at the beginning of the river, if you dam that river, you can shut off water, you can shut off the agriculture of Egypt. So ain't no way the wars they try to blow up and say Egypt was at war with Nubia. Egypt was at war with Ethiopia. How? When these people had so much power to destroy Egypt, you understand, just by damming the river. So these were African people from beginning to end. And even though they had, disagreements, it was never to the point where they looked at each other as being something different. Okay? They had the same language all up the river, even though what you call Somalia. You can see that they had the same language. They had the same deities. Okay? They had the same matriarchal bloodline where in order to be a king, you had to come through the royal African women. You understand? This was from beginning to end. So they had the same culture. And you're going to see that they had many Egyptian temples all through what you call Arabia and all through what you call even Israel. The oldest artifacts that ever been found in the land were Egyptian. What they call Phoenician is nothing but Egyptian colonies. Ain't got nothing to do with no Bible or nothing. They ain't never found a book of David, ain't never found a book of Solomon or nothing, no indigenous nothing. They ain't never found the grave of Abraham, ain't never found, the only thing that they done found in that land is Africans, okay? Egyptians, Cushites. So that's our land. So the argument of who land it is the Palestinian or Israeli, they ain't none of their goddamn land. That's who fucking land. And almost, matter of fact, let me not jump that. I'm gonna keep it moving. So y'all can see this shit. I want y'all, where that one at? Let me get to this one. Now, you see here Ham, okay, and in the Bible, he's supposedly the father of all the African tribes. Okay, he's the father of Ethiopia, which is Cush. Okay, Hebrew is Cush, and the King James Version is Ethiopia. You see also that Sheba and Nimrod were sons of Ethiopia, burnt face, which means Nimrod was burnt face, which means Sheba was burnt face. Now, and then you see Egypt is the brother of Ethiopia. Even the damn what you call Goliath was actually of African bloodline. Niggas rooted for David. I know it's all a story, but Goliath was actually of the Egyptian bloodline. Niggas don't see. You got to know the players. Now, we understand that's why David was able to, because the Africans are cursed. Everybody in the Bible of the African bloodline was cursed. And I don't understand how y'all motherfuckers don't see that. Every Canaan, who the Israelites, and I'm going to show you, went in there and God say, destroy them all. Okay, destroy every last, don't leave one. This is the good God you worship today. And that God commanded the Israelites to destroy don't leave none standing. Baby, woman, even pull the damn trees up out the ground. That's what God said. The 10 plagues of Egypt, where God brings down these plagues on Egypt, even going to the extent of murdering the firstborn of all the Egyptians. Okay, Nimrod, which is the son of Ethiopia, he's the great king of evil. Okay, Babylon, and we say Babylon is that is some wicked damn nation, when Babylon was an Ethiopian colony. Do we understand this shit when we say these things? Do we understand this shit? So let me make it clear that every African tribe in the Bible was cursed. And now that, wait a minute, let me give you some definitions. Let me get you some definitions so you can see this shit. I'm moving quick. Ham. See what I'm saying? This is coming out of a Christian encyclopedia. Not Seti's encyclopedia, one of them good white man encyclopedias, just so you can feel comfortable that the information is on the 1-in-1. Okay? Ham or Cham, burnt, swarthy, black. Okay? The youngest son of Noah. One day when Noah had drunk wine, Ham perceived his parent lying in his tent with his person exposed. Or say he's the man of God, and so he done got drunk and fell out, and his damn phallus is laying out exposed, which Ham supposedly ridiculed. Noah, when he awoke, was informed of his sin and said, "Cursed be Canaan." So it was a sin for him to ridicule Noah because he drunk and goddamn fell out butt naked, but it wasn't no goddamn sin for Noah, who's supposedly a man of God, to be drunk and falling out that goddamn way. You understand what I'm saying? So it wasn't no sin, but it was a sin for his son to laugh at. And he didn't curse Ham personally. He said, "Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servant shall he be to his brother." He didn't even know he was going to have no damn son named Canaan. Okay, he didn't even know he was going to have no damn son named Canaan. And so he had one son named Eve, and if he said "Cursed be Canaan," I don't even know why the fuck Ham even named one of his sons Canaan. Okay, if he said "Cursed be Canaan," a servant of servants shall he be to his brethren. Let me be clear: a slave of slaves shall he be to his brethren. So you got to understand, this just show you what type of motherfuckers they is, because they enslaving their own family. Okay, you got to understand that technically Shem is the brother of Ham, technically. So if we wanted to be technical, there's no way Shem or Japheth could be of different races and they all got one mama and one goddamn daddy. That's stupidity. So when you really look at it, why would Noah curse his own goddamn grandson and make him a slave of his other sons? That don't make no goddamn sense. It is believed, we talking about Ham now, it is believed that he had Africa for his inheritance and that he peopled it, but he dwelt in Egypt. Africa is called the land of Ham in several places of the Psalm. You hear that? And it says that he peopled it, but he dwelt in Egypt, which means if he dwelt in Egypt and Egypt is called the land of Ham, Ham means burnt, swarthy, black. So that right there, the white man didn't told on himself. Okay, he didn't told on himself that Egypt was a black nation. So now they don't even want to even give credit to these damn books. They try to say, oh, this shit outdated now. But he knew damn well that Egypt was of the black lands. Okay, let me read some more. This is out of another Christian encyclopedia. We just warming up. Cush, Mizraim, and Punt, okay, are the progenitors of the tribes that, and Mizraim is Egypt. For people that, see, they try to put that shit up in there, so you don't know that. Mizraim is Egypt. Cush is Ethiopia, which is Sudan, not the Ethiopia today, Sudan. And Punt is Somalia, were the progenitors of the African tribes that people Africa, and Canaan became the father of those that principally occupied Phoenicia and Palestine. Glacier has identified the Cham or Ham. That's where you niggas get Kemet or Chamit, or this is where you get it from. Other Bible, biblical races, list of races with the Amu, worshiper of Am, of the Egyptian inscription. The name of Ham alone of the three sons of Noah, the name of Ham alone of the three sons of Noah, if our identification be correct, is known to have been given to a country. Now let me stop right here like I did yesterday, because I'm moving and I want y'all to understand this. Okay, to show y'all that how they didn't, trying to squeeze Africa into their narrative. Now, when you look at Shem, if you take the time, if you look at Japheth and you look at Ham, all of Ham, even Ham, was identified as a country. Japheth was never identified as a country. All the children of Ham are nations. When you say Egypt, when you say Ethiopia, when you say Canaan, you see what I'm saying? Those are all the land names of nations. If you look at Shem's children, they individuals. When you look at Japheth, they individuals. The question becomes, how could them three so-called sons of Noah come off the goddamn boat at the same damn time, and the children of Ham automatically go to being nations while the rest of them motherfuckers was roaming around for 2,000 years? The children of Shem didn't get a fucking nation until they stole Canaan and renamed it Israel. That's when they got, but the children of Ham was nations when the book opened up. Even when you say Sheba, that's a nation. That's a land mass. Okay, that's not an individual. So that right there show you where they trying to squeeze the ancient Africans into a narrative that, you know, to make it seem like they on the scene at the same time with the African, but they dropping too many crumbs that a real scholar gonna do the research and go back and say, well, why it take y'all so long? And what did they know on that goddamn boat that caused them to go into high development while y'all motherfuckers was still wandering around with sheep and goats in the goddamn desert? These is two different people. These are two damn different people. And they trying to recreate a story, recreate the narrative so they can steal our history from us. That's why they came with the flood. The flood was to wash away all of the African history before they came on the scene. But I can break that shit down to show you that that's a lie. I'll do that at another time. We just proven that what is Mesopotamia and Arabia was originally Ethiopia. Wasn't no Cushite. Wasn't no Arabians. Wasn't no motherfucking Hebrews. None of that on the scene. These are created characters to steal our history from us. So let me keep it moving so I can get off into the actual facts. God damn it, and slam the door on these crackers and these fool-ass Negroes walking around with this raggedy-ass book trying to tell our people this they true goddamn story, and we shooting holes all up in that shit, talking about a God. I tell you what, goddamn it, tell God to give me a shout out on this goddamn chat right now. Tell them come on in the chat and holler at me because I got a few questions for us. Everybody always want to question me. Well, I want to question God. God damn it. And this is a good goddamn opportunity. God damn it, I'll let him come on and we can share the damn screen and we can talk about that. Everybody always talking about a God. Okay, then. Well, I got season tickets to any goddamn live stream, any lecture. So, Roger, you can have the front row. All you bring the angels and you can bring Allah and all of y'all, and y'all can have the front row. God damn it, I need to talk to God because God authenticated a damn book of racism, and he says he loves all people, but this damn book has cursed every African nation in the goddamn book. I want to talk to this goddamn God. Let's get back in here, y'all. I want to talk to this guy. You don't like that? Then you get the hell up off of my goddamn live stream. Because I'm going to show, matter of fact, let me go straight to this. You know what I'm saying? Because we done already identified that the Hamites is Africans. And I want y'all to read this. I want y'all to read this. I'm sick of y'all motherfuckers. This is when the Israelites was commanded by God to go in and seize Canaan. Now we understand. I'm going to show y'all where Canaan is. That's Israel before it was Israel. It was the Canaanites' land. And God commanded them to go in there and murder everybody. Okay, now let me document this shit. And I want you, if this your God, nigga, I need to talk to you. Because why would you believe in some shit where in that book use a damn curse? Let me get on in here and show y'all this shit. Sick of you niggas. Talking about we the original Hebrew. My nigga, please. Give me a break with that shit. All right. Where we at? Now this is Chronicles, 1 Chronicles chapter 4. Okay? And it's talking about Hezekiah. You understand? And he was one of those kings, those Israelite kings that was, you know, exterminating, cleaning out the land. This is before they really owned the land. They cleaning out the land. And I want y'all to read this shit. Okay. And I'll get a map where it said, you know, so you can see Gedor. Now I'm starting at 39. If you're in the house, I'm starting at 39. And it says, listen to this now. Listen to this. It says, and they went to the entrance of Gedor, even unto the east side of the valley, to seek pasture for their flocks. And they found fat pasture and good, and the land was wide and quiet and peaceable, for they of Ham had dwelt there of old. And these written by name came in the days of Hezekiah, king of Judah, and smote their tents and the inhabitations that were found there, and destroyed them utterly unto this day, and dwelt in their rooms, because there was pasture for their flock. Now listen to this. What's key? Listen to this. 40 is what really fucked me up, because these wasn't even warrior people. It says, and they went, okay, I'm going to start at 30. No, I'm going to start at 39 again. And they went to the entrance of Gedor, and even unto the east side of the valley, to seek pasture for their flock. That's the Israelites. And they found fat pasture and good, and the land was wide and quiet and peaceable. Okay? Quiet and peaceable. For they of Ham had dwelt there of old. And these written by name came in the days of Hezekiah, king of Judah, and smote their tents and the habitations that were found there, and destroyed them utterly. That means everybody until this day, and dwelt in their rooms, because there was pasture for their flocks. Okay? Now, let me come out of that right quick. Now, you see right there, now this God, you say this is a good God. You see that it didn't say they was in there committing sin. It didn't say they was over there. It said they was quiet and peaceable. Okay? Now, this is a God of mercy. This is a God of mercy. You found people there that was quiet and peaceable, and you call Jesus the Prince of Peace? Huh? The Prince of Peace. Okay, we supposed to honor that. And y'all went into this land, and y'all found Africans quiet and peaceable. And this God commanded these savage ass goat herders to destroy them utterly. When you say utterly, that means completely. Okay, that means man, woman, and child. You see what I'm saying? And you're going to see that this narrative, that's just one instance, is all through the Bible, that God commands, these Israelites to massacre whole nations of African people. See, you got to understand the players on the board. Y'all act like little children. If you ever have a chess set on the table and you see little kids come and get on the chess set, they don't even know how to move the pieces. They'll get up and just move them. You know what I'm saying? And that's how unless you understand the players on the board, you can't even play the motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? So you need to step back. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I keep the Bible. Because the two things that's key for me is the fact that they slipped and said that all of them lands was African. And number two, it proves that they exterminated much of our people to seize the land. That's why I keep it. I don't give a fuck about nothing in that goddamn book. And I just want to be 100. I don't give a fucking thing about nothing, because I know how racist that book is. And when you look at it, you're going to see that it's one of the most racist goddamn books. People talk about the Talmud, which is the Jewish book. And that's a racist goddamn book. That motherfuckers come out and call niggas all kind of monkeys, say goddamn it, Jesus was in hell boiling in hot shit. They say but when you see, the Bible is veiled. It's just as racist as the damn Talmud. It's just as goddamn racist. And I'm sick of you niggas out there talking. And that's why most of them Israelites say they not African. They not African. Even though the Israelites grew up in all these African nations. And they act like they ain't had no intercourse or nothing. That's silliness, man. That's silliness in the largest goddamn degree for you to believe that a small number of people, they lived in Egypt for 400 damn years. If a motherfucker enslaved, and we're not even saying the story is true, but we just using our logical mind. If you in another man's land for 400 years, and you come in with 70 people, nigga, you was just as much Egyptian as any goddamn body else. Your religion, I mean, you could be a Hebrew religiously, but racially you was an African, because there's no way you gonna be in another man's land for damn 400 years as a slave and he didn't get your woman. That's just one of the characteristics of slavery. If you fall a slave, the man that conquer you, he gonna get your woman. And that's just a hard fact. He might get your ass. That's why you can't be losing. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at that, it's illogical for niggas. And so these motherfuckers is anti-African. And all these niggas. That's why I get on these goddamn so-called Aborigine niggas. They anti-African. Everybody is anti-African. And you got why are we the most hated on the goddamn planet? Because they know that once you come into your right mind and pull back the veil, you gonna see you was the master all the goddamn long. You the most hated because you got the key factor to all of this shit that's gonna set this shit in proper order. Everybody else, that shit gonna fade. They done been there long enough to have proven whether the damn Judah or ain't found nothing. You understand what I'm saying? The question, and I'm gonna get back to the map, is if you spent 400 years in goddamn Egypt, you should at least be able to build a tomb. Goddamn, man. We talking about these is the greatest. You go into Egypt, you can find damn near every pharaoh from the very first dynasty. It's very few pharaohs that they have not found. They tomb. Whether it was all in there or they lied and said it wasn't nothing in there, they robbed the tomb or whatever. But they done found tens of thousands of tombs in Egypt. So damn, man, how the fuck did y'all spend 400 years in Egypt and then come out of Egypt and go into Israel and you can't build a tomb for your fucking prophets and shit? And then you're talking about, they always tell you that, Lazarus was a mummy and they showed Jesus swaddled and as if he was mummified. Well, you find mummies of Egypt all over the world. They done took mummies up and took them to the museums and shit. So you got mummies if you know embalming, the bodies is gonna be there, nigga. That's just an exact science. If you know embalming, the bodies is gonna be there. That's just a fact. When you put that bodies up, anything that go up under that sand is preserved. That's just a fact. The sand is a natural preservative. It's gonna preserve whatever go up under there. That's why the skin stay. It's like damn near you jerk the skin because it dried it. If you put the right, herbs and into the body, it'll dry it. It'll pull the water out your skin, and the sand will preserve you. Technically, it'll preserve you. So there's no way if you knew embalming or any of that you shouldn't have no tomb, no bodies, no nothing. You ain't found from Adam to fucking Jesus. You haven't found one tomb. That's impossible. Okay, so what am I saying? That's it's been a fake narrative. The Bible is a fake. None of that shit happened. Okay, none of that happened. That's all Cushite land, and they just got there. They just got in the land. You understand what I'm saying? The Arab got in there when goddamn Alexander came up out there. When them tribes rushed down up out of Europe, they came down damn near at the same time on all the populations. Even the Cushite, the Hindu Cushite India, okay? Even into what you call Mesopotamia. And let me go over that. And I'm going to go over that again. We working out. Let me keep it moving to show you that that's African land. Let me show y'all. Let me get right back on that. I ain't gonna let you down. I ain't gonna let you down. Let me get to this. Where we here? Here we go. Let me get back on these maps. And then I'm gonna get to that Ishmael shit. You got to write this shit down. Okay? It's a checkmate, even on them goddamn Arabs. You okay? So as I do this, then I'm gonna go back to this document, and then I'm gonna show you my visuals. Because I need to warn you, I can't jump right into the visual. I got this. So when I give you this prerequisite, then when I go to the visual, that's gonna make it even more profound. Let me get that out of there. Okay, so when you're looking at the original, this is what the Bible says. This is before any Arab. This is before Shem's children. You see that what was called Arabia was called Sheba. Okay? That was Sheba, according to the Bible. Okay? Dedan was another son of Ethiopia. Kendar, okay? These are Babylonian. We already said Nimrod was the father of Babylon, who was the son of Ethiopia. If you wasn't there yesterday, I'm going to go over it for you quickly today, okay? So you can see from Canaan, ain't no Israel, it's Canaan. That's the brother of Ethiopia, the brother of Egypt, okay? The son of Ham, which we already documented, was black, swarthy, and black. I mean, dark, no, it was black, swarthy, and dark, whatever it was, okay? So we understand that they African. So Nimrod was also the son of Ethiopia, and he founded Babylon. He founded Mesopotamia. He founded Assyria. So that's proven. They trying to say that Babylon founded goddamn Egypt. That's a goddamn lie. How the hell he gonna, and Egypt is the uncle of damn Nimrod. He's older than Nimrod. Okay, he's older than damn Nimrod. How the hell is damn Mesopotamia gonna found Egypt? Even based on the Bible, them niggas lying. They not going by the book. Them niggas going, yeah, they going by the book, but they not going in the fucking book and looking at the facts of the matter. Let me show y'all. Let me go to Nimrod. Let me quit playing. Where Nimrod at? Okay, right here. Let me do this. I'm moving, y'all. And the sons of Cush, which is Ethiopia, Seba, Havilah, Sabata, Rama, Sapteka, the sons of Rama, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begot Nimrod, and he began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. Okay, now let's go down here to Cush. Wait a minute, and let's read this part. And Cush begat Nimrod, a mighty hunter, and he began to be a mighty one in the earth. And wait a minute, and begat, and the founding of his nation was Babel, Erech, Akkad, the land of Shinar. Okay, let me get the other part of that. There you go. And the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Out of that land went forth Ashur, which is Assyria, and builded Nineveh, and the city of Rehoboth and Kala. Okay, so we understand that Ethiopians, Cushites, founded Mesopotamia and not vice versa. Okay, this coming up out of the Christian Dictionary Encyclopedia. This is the definition for Cush. Okay, now it says the name of Cush was derived from Egypt. To the Egyptian Cash or Cush denoted district south of the first cataract, inhabited for the most part by races of Nubian origin. Boom, we got you right there. So if Cush was inhabited for the most part by races of Nubian origin, that would have mean that Nimrod was a damn Nubian. And if Egypt was brother to Cush, then that would have mean that they were Nubians also. Tash was Ethiopia of the classical geographer. And in the tablets of Telamana, it was called Kashi. In the later Assyrian inscriptions, the name is written Kusi. And it is this form of the name which we find in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, however, the name has a much wider signification than it had either in Egypt or Assyria. It embraces not only the African Kush of the Egyptian monuments, but also the southern coast of Arabia. Okay, so we dropping that bomb right there. Okay, we go back to the top where it says that Cush was inhabited for the most part by races of Nubian origin. That hurt. That hurt. That fucking hurt. The white man wish he wouldn't have never said no shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? Because now we using it today. We already got the proof outside of the Bible, but the book already had given up the truth. You just had to pull back the veil. They didn't want you to think that you was African, okay? They didn't want you to know that you was the founders of civilization, so they tried to create a new narrative that would curse the Africans and give permission to these vagabonds to steal our history and our legacy, and goddamn it, we taking it back today. You niggas not gonna get away with it, okay? Now let me, I'm gonna deal with this. I got to do this Ethiopian part. Where that Ethiopia at? Let me get right to it. I don't know why it ain't right where I need it. I hate when shit ain't right where I need it. Hate when it ain't right where I need it. You know what? It's on up. It's on up. I'm gonna wake it up. I'm gonna wake it up. I ain't gonna stop. I got to get this Ethiopia so y'all can understand that Ethiopia is Kush and Kush is Ethiopia. Let me bring it on up. Come on up. Did it pop up? There you go. There you go. Right there. It's right on where I need it. You see how I do me? Right there where I need it. Boom. Okay. Ethiopia. Okay. Kush. You see? Kush. Hebrew. Kush. Country of burnt faces. Okay. So if Nimrod was the son of Ethiopia, that right there proved not only was he burnt face, he was Nubian. Now let's be clear about something. I want you to listen to this. Ethiopia, lying to the south of Egypt, corresponding to what is now called Sudan. This is coming up out of the Christian Encyclopedia. Okay, let me show you the front of it so you can see exactly what encyclopedia. Here it is right here. Here it is right here so you can see. Bible Encyclopedia Publication Society, biographical, geographical, historical, and doctrinal. Okay, 1924. Okay, so this the good white man for all you niggas out there. So you don't be thinking that SETI or one of these crazy black scholars didn't put this in here. This is your good white man that put this in here. All right. So it's saying that Ethiopia, okay, lying to the south of Egypt, corresponding to what is now called the Sudan, country of the black. Okay, then, well, in the Bible, Egypt was brother of Ethiopia. Okay, we already proved that Ham was black. We already put in there that Ham was swathed in black. Ethiopia is burnt face, and which is the Sudan, and Egypt is the brother of Ethiopia, which is the Sudan, the brother. Okay, so that destroys the white university talking about white people came into Egypt and this. See, they didn't want it. They shouldn't have told these lies. See, it hurt them that they told these lies and wrote this shit in there. Okay, okay. The country of the black. It was known to the Hebrew. And then you got Isaiah 18:1, 45:14, Zephaniah 3:10. Okay, the name Cush or AB, authorized King James Version, is Ethiopia. It's found in the Egyptian Kish or Cush, evidently applied to the same territory. Okay, now they want to try, in one passage in the description of the Garden of Eden, an Asiatic Kush or Ethiopia must be intended. See, they don't want you to accept the fact that the Garden of Eden was in Ethiopia. So they say, okay, that's an Asiatic Kush. It don't make no motherfucking difference, in which we know it was Africa. But even if you say Asiatic Kush or Ethiopia, it still mean the same goddamn thing, birthplace. It wasn't no damn cracker or no damn Arab. And I'm gonna get right on that real quick. Okay, must be intent. So they see, that's the little slight that they had to add. They don't want to give us the origins of the so-called Garden of Eden, even though they know the Bible states that it was in Ethiopia. Now look, in all other passages, the words Ethiopia and the Ethiopians, with one possible exception, the Arabs that were near the Ethiopians, okay, 2 Chronicles 21:16, which may refer to Arabians opposite Ethiopia, may be safely considered to mean an African country or people. Okay, so we prove right there, let me come on up out of there, that Cush in Ethiopia is the same word and is today modern Sudan. Okay, now let me get on down here into what we call Mesopotamia. Okay, now we looking at the top. We talking about Iraq. Okay, I don't know if y'all ever saw the artifacts. Now y'all looking for damn Abraham. Y'all looking for fucking Joshua, and you looking for Jesus, and you ain't found nothing to do with no Hebrew or no Israelite or nothing. But in that same land where you claim your story is taking place way over there in Iraq, you find an Egyptian artifact. That artifact right there, you could go to the Iraqi National Museum, and I'm gonna show you where them Arabs is over there destroying every fucking thing, because ISIS, because they, which was created by the United States. You understand? You're gonna see, because they know that's not them. Okay, the same reason why they went to the walls of ancient Egypt and carved the faces out the walls, and then they're gonna 2,000 years later claim that it's their ancestors. When we see that when they first came into the land, they were destructive to the monuments carved, destroyed many pyramids, destroyed many temples, used them to build mosques and this, that, and the third, destructive to the culture. And then 2,000 years later, they sick descendants want to claim Egypt for themselves. And wait a minute. Well, let me keep it moving. So when you deal with the Bible, now this map ain't all that correct. You understand what I'm saying? But you can see that the Hermetic supposed to be in red. See, the green supposed to be the Semitic. They don't exist. See, this is where they trying to fuck people's head up. Okay? This is why they trying to fuck. That map is not correct. But I used it for the fact that the Bible said that Dedan, which is the son of Ethiopia, populated the land where Mecca is today, proving that the Ethiopians, according to the Bible, was there before the goddamn Arab. I want to talk to y'all today. See, you can't keep telling all these lies. I'm going to hold you to the first lie. Okay, the goddamn Quran came later with that garbage. Okay, the fact was, if you read the Bible, that the Hermetics, the Africans, the Nubians, the Ethiopians ruled that land, and I'm going to show you. God damn it, because Ishmael was the son of Arabia. We talking about the 3 sons of Noah. Noah came before Abraham. So these people was in the land before Ishmael, who's supposedly the father of the Arab. And I'm going to prove, according to the Bible, that he didn't go to no goddamn Mecca or nothing else, because the landmass was still Ethiopia. Wasn't no damn Mecca or none of that. I'm tired of you lying ass goddamn crackers and Arabs and you foolish ass white man nigga that's trying to steal our history from us. So right there, if you do the history and do the fact based on the Bible, I'm not validating the Bible. I'm using it as the first lie. You go by, this is what you said first. And then you come and you tell another lie to clean it up. You didn't, you know what I'm saying? To clean up the first lie. So this is the first, but it have a lot of the truth in it, because the white man wouldn't have never told you that this was your land. He wouldn't have never told, as an Ethiopian, he wouldn't have never, if he thought you was going to rise up and use it against him, he wouldn't have never put that shit in there like that. So we could prove based on the Bible that there was no Mecca, and that the children of the Hamites, the Nubians, the Ethiopians, and the Egyptians ruled that land mass long before a goddamn Arab was in the land. Matter of fact, let me go on back up here. Let me go on back up here so y'all can see this shit. Let me show y'all this shit. Let me stop playing games. Let me stop playing games. All right, this is Genesis 21, and it's dealing with Ishmael. Okay, who was Ishmael? He was the first son of Abraham. The second son was Isaac. Okay, now these are supposed to be the Semitics. Okay, Isaac is who supposedly produced the Hebrews. And Ishmael, according to the Arab folklore and mythology, they supposedly descend from Ishmael. Okay, they say Abraham and Ishmael went down and built Mecca and rebuilt Mecca and this, that, and the third. But let's see what the Bible says. Now, we understand, according to the Bible, that Ishmael, who was the firstborn of Abraham, who's supposedly the father of the Hebrews, he's the father. He's the father of the Israelite nation. It's who God made his covenant with. He made his covenant with Abraham, okay? But his firstborn was born through an African woman, according to the book. Her name was Hagar, which was a slave of his. His wife, who was Sarah, was barren. She couldn't produce no damn children. So Sarah told him, go into Hagar, okay? And Hagar produced the first son of Abraham, which was called Ishmael. Okay, and Sarah, Hagar started making fun of Sarah, saying, "Oh, you barren bitch, you can't produce no children, and my son he gonna get all the inheritance." And so Sarah was jealous of her and told Abraham, "You gonna have to put her out." And so he ends up, even though he didn't want to do it, he ends up putting out Hagar and Ishmael, and they went off into the desert. But listen what it said. It says, God ends up saving the boy and the woman. They was out in the desert. They was about to damn die. And he gave them water and food and this, that, and third. And he blessed them. Okay. Now, this is what the Bible says about Ishmael. If you start with 20, it says, and this is Genesis chapter 21. Verse 20, starting at verse 20. And it says, God was with the lad, and he grew and dwelt in the wilderness and became an archer of Paran. And his mother took him a wife up out of the land of Egypt. She was an Egyptian herself. Okay, we just proved that the Egyptians were Nubians. We just proved that. And so they say that Ishmael is the father. But see, now, why am I saying this? Why am I saying this, family? Okay, because number one, the Hamites and the Shemitics is two different people, according to them. Okay, the Shemitics, which is the Jews, are two different people. But you understand what I'm saying? The Arab claim descent from Ishmael. How they gonna claim? And he's a Hamitic. You see what I'm saying? He's a Hamitic. His mama is Egyptian. And then, even though his father is a Hebrew, he went and got him a wife out of Egypt. So his bloodline technically is Egyptian, which means they was black, that they was Africans, they was Nubians. That's what they were. So all that talking about that the Arab that you see today come up out of some goddamn Ishmael, that's not true according to the fucking Bible. Okay, you got to read what the Bible supposedly came first. Okay, and the Quran speak to that. It says that Allah wrote the goddamn Bible first. That's what it say. So if we go into the Bible and read what it say about Ishmael, it proves that He was of a Nubian Hermetic bloodline. So how the hell you gonna be Semitic and goddamn Hermetic? Okay? How you gonna be Semitic? And they say they Semitics. How the hell you gonna be Semitic if you claim descent from Ishmael, who was a Hermetic? You dumbass fool. So we shutting all the doors on these fools today. We shutting all the goddamn doors on these fools today. Let me keep going. Let me get back over here on this so we can get off into this to the facts. Okay? And they talking about, you looking at some of these ziggurats. And it's the same as these motherfuckers over here, these Aboriginals. Everybody got a mind. Everybody got a mind. You see right here that the Mesopotamians, they never built with stone. You understand? They built with mud, and that's why the shit looked the way it do. None of these people ever reached the architectural level of the ancient Africans. They did not. If you go into Egypt, even the damn pyramids that fell down look better than this. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. This is the ziggurat of Ashur. And you understand, you can see it's nothing but a fucking mud mound. Now this is right here, it'll fool the shit out of you. Because you know, somehow people believe that this is how it looked since the ancient world. God damn it, Saddam Hussein put them goddamn bricks on that mud mound. That motherfucker is one of them, and I got the goddamn facts. That's how it look. That's how the motherfucker look. And then Saddam Hussein, wait a minute, let me show y'all. Saddam Hussein, I got the motherfuckers out there putting the bricks on the motherfucker. Where that? I should have moved them all the way up already. How the hell I didn't do that? Let me get right to it. But that's all right. There you go, right here. Look at this. Let me move that up. Okay, so this is how it looked. And then you see how it looked today. Wait a minute. This is Saddam Hussein and his workers. They out there putting the goddamn bricks around the mud mound to fool you niggas. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing but a mud fucking mound. Nowhere in the ancient world where they reached the level of the ancient Africans who are like gods on the planet. The architecture looked like it was built by God. How the hell is this the origin of all civilization? You niggas must stop lying to the people. We have, this is we have stunted our growth, in major way by believing the fallacies of these goddamn books. Let me go back up to the top so I can work out. Let me go back up here to the top so I can work out. We're looking at the resources of Africa and Mesopotamia. Can I get some water, y'all? Can I get some water? Look at this right here. To the left, you're looking at the resources of the Nile Valley, and you wonder why they were so damn great, and the kings and the queens went down in such great tombs, and they built such megalithic structure with all type of precious minerals and all type of the best granite, the best, of everything. You see, we were plentiful beyond imagination in all resources, all precious minerals, even the rivers and the water that was abundant, the animals, where the rest of them motherfuckers was out there starving. We had so much abundance of vegetation and fruits and water, and you know what I'm saying? It was mind-boggling to the rest of the world. And when you look, that's Mesopotamia to the right, and you see the few little motherfucking resources that they got. You see what I'm saying? Look at the few resources that they got. You got a couple goddamn, you got silver, you got a little silver. You got a little silver. That shit way up in the mountains. You got a little copper here. You understand? Bitumen. You understand? That's mud. That's nothing but goddamn mud. You understand what I'm saying? That's what they use to make asphalt out of. You understand what I'm saying? So all they had is where we at? Is we all right? We all right out there? Yeah, let me get some water. Let me get some goddamn water. Let me get some water so I can keep it moving. Let me get some water, y'all. I'm gonna prove it to you, family. See, we're looking at facts today. You see what I'm saying? They saying they had greater kings and that they even showed the Africans how to build the damn pyramid. Well, motherfuckers, show me. Show me how you did it. How the hell you don't even have granite? It took them 250,000 to 500,000 years to develop the know. You had to been working on granite for that long. They don't have granite. That's why none of they damn so-called ziggurats even had granite. They use mud. Okay, I don't need no motherfucker to show me how to make no mud mound, nigga. We used to play in the mud all the goddamn time. Shit, nigga, we used to get shoe boxes and put mud in it. It don't take no great motherfucking masons and shit to make no mud mound. You just get enough nigga with buckets and shit, and y'all keep dipping and shit and piling that shit up till you get the height of the mound you want. It don't take no great architects to make no mud mound. You go all over the world and these niggas talking about a mound. A mound. These niggas aboriginal niggas. They talking about the mound. You go to goddamn Mesopotamia, they talking about the mound. Nigga, we didn't develop so far out the mound, it don't make no goddamn sense. Okay? So now look at this. You're looking at the pylons of the ancient Egypt. You're looking at the front facade of an Egyptian temple. Now look at the doorway now. Look at the doorway. Now when we go over here to Persepolis, Persepolis is in Iran. We're going to show you the extent of the Africans. You understand? As they go even into Iraq and Iran, and I'm proving it to you. Okay, look at this. This is in Persepolis. Let me go back so you can look to the left. You see where Persepolis is at in Iran. And you see the Egyptian doorway. And I'm going to put it right next to it so you can see that. Okay? This is that, and then based on the history, it says that Cambyses, when he conquered Egypt, he carried away Egyptian architects. Okay? And so they didn't have this before the Egyptians got there. You understand? Proven beyond, when you go to all these land masses, why is the most ancient of everything that's in of Egyptian characters? That's just facts. You can go right there today. This is in Iran, okay? And then you can see that there's nothing but a pylon of doorway, the front facade of an Egyptian temple. Okay, I don't know if your lying eyes is fooling you or not, okay? Look at this. This is Iran, and Persepolis was constructed around 550 to 330 BCE. If y'all saw that movie 300 and tried to put the Africans in there, they tried and made them, made the immortals look all wicked looking and shit. And then Xerxes was a damn homosexual and this, that, and the third. They did everything they could do to, make the African aspect look bad. Now, if you look to the top right and you look to the bottom left, you looking at the facades of Persepolis, and you can see the winged sun disk right there, which came up out the Nile Valley. That's Nile Valley worship. So not only is the architecture African, the worship is African. Okay, this is totally an African civilization. It comes. So if the Hebrews and all of this in Mesopotamia is first, prove to me that they was first by showing a more ancient structure and show us how the Africans borrowed from them. You cannot do that. The African is older than Persepolis by thousands and thousands of years. So there is no goddamn comparison. Okay? Let me keep it moving. Again, at the top is the Mesopotamia. And at the bottom is the Egyptian, the winged sun disk. Okay? And you can see that the so-called woolly head African. You can see that. And watch this. I want y'all to see this. And you see they woolly head Africans. I want y'all to see this peckerwood. Look at this peckerwood. Now I'm so glad he went and stood his silly ass up there because that's a beautiful picture. That's the goddamn Iranian over there today. And that I keep telling you that hair is what, that what killed their ass every time. You understand what I'm saying? That's what killed their ass every goddamn time. You know he lying. You know that's not him. You can look dead at his damn hair and that kills the game because he even got it in his beard. You understand what I'm saying? He got woolly hair on the top of his head and woolly hair in his beard. Those are Africans, okay? They ain't black Arabs. Them is Africans. They got the same religion. They just in a different colony. You understand? So there is, differences, because that's any land. You're going to have differences. You see what I'm saying? But you can see that that's woolly haired African. Now, let me come back up here. We working out today now. Let me come back up here. Let me show you some more, these things from Nimrod. I got to show you this. Now, look at this. Let me go right here. The first flag of Iran. Do y'all see that? Now, that's at the museum in Iran. There, the number of the plate is called plaque. It's a plaque of lazuli, pace, Persepolis, Akhmenid. Okay, that's the period in which it was constructed. So you can see the sun, you can see it's nothing but Heru, because when you come here, this is the first flag, and then you come here and see it's nothing but Heru. Okay, again, go look it up. All you have to do is put in Google the first flag of Iran, and these will come up. Okay, these will come up. And then you come over and see that is nothing but Heru. Okay, Persepolis. Okay, you see the falcon, which is nothing but the griffin. You understand, which is nothing but an extension of Heru. This is Cyprus II. If you look at his crown on his head with the two serpents coming out the side, you see is nothing but the same crown on the head of Tutankhamun. Okay, it's an African crown on his head. Okay, and the one in Africa predate the one in Persia by thousands of years because Tutankhamun wasn't the first one to have the crown on. Okay, so right there, that proved right there, that's almost 1,000. Tutankhamun almost 1,000 years older than Cyprus. Okay, now this is another king of Mesopotamia, Perosi. No, the first, and you see he got the moon and the sun did crown on his head, which you see right there on the head of Tahuti and many other gods of ancient Egypt. Let me keep it moving. There's Ishtar, which ain't nothing but a corruption of Isis. You see what I'm saying? Once you know the original, you can easily see the fake. Okay, again, this showing you a bigger version, and then the Muslims took it from the goddamn the Persians and the Mesopotamians, and later they used some of the same symbolisms in Islam. Okay, this is Xerxes. Okay, he ruled Persia around 485, 465 BC. Right there, you see the lotus in his hand. Okay, which is sacred in Egypt. Okay, again, showing how many similarities must I show you to prove hands down that it's an African religion being ain't just as easy as I can show you the African. Why can't nobody show you the Hebrew? Why can't nobody show you anything out the Bible? And I can easily show you the Egyptian. All right, let me get a sip of this water. Hold on. Let me get a sip of this water. All right. All right. We back in the game. We about to bring it home. Okay? These are some other artifacts that they found at Persepolis. These are other artifacts that they found in Persepolis. Okay? I think this is at the Oriental Institute. I think this might be in Chicago. Okay? They found from Persepolis, Iran. That right there is the ram, the sacred ram of Egypt. Okay, sacred to Khnum. Sacred to the Khnum. Sacred to Ra. Okay, let me keep it moving. A plaque-winged sphinx ivory, Nimrod. Okay, where's Nimrod at? Let me get you Nimrod. So you can know where Nimrod is at. Let me get Nimrod to you. Let me bring that down so y'all can know where Nimrod is at. Let me get it down here so y'all can see this. Okay, Nimrod would be up there where Nineveh is at. That's actually Nineveh. Okay, up at the top. So when you're looking at this is where they found that at. Okay? We talking about that far from damn Egypt. So they not showing y'all the extent of the African empire. We proving it hands down that that's the extent of the African empire. Y'all need to look this up so you can see it. Also found in Nimrod. That looked just like an Egyptian pharaoh. Okay? Where is the biblical artifact? You can even see the winged sun disc at the top. All of this is Nimrod. There is no biblical evidence. The evidence is just what we said, that landmass was under the control of the Ethiopian Cushite, and the evidence proves that. Okay? All of this. You would think this was in Egypt. This is not Egypt. This is in Phoenicia. This is in Iraq. This is in Iran. Okay? This even up into Turkey. You understand? Okay, even the two goddesses with their wings touching, and you will see on King Tut's sarcophagus, you can see the 4 goddesses with their wings touching. Okay, that one right is from Phoenicia, 8th to 7th centuries BC. Okay, 8th to 7th centuries BC. You understand what I'm saying? That's even at the time of the so-called supposed biblical prophets. And Egypt's hand was that far to the east, into Iran, and so that just let you know that Israel, or what they want to call Israel, was under Egyptian control. They will not tell you that the Ethiopia empire went all the way past India into China. Okay? We bringing the evidence today. So when we talk about global African supremacy, we backing it up. Okay? All of it. The carved ivory plaque depicts a man standing with an Egyptian hairstyle. Okay? The man has 2 wings and holds a snake. Okay, Neo-Assyrian period, 9th to 7th centuries BC, from Nimrod, Mesopotamia, Iraq. It's still in Iraq if them goddamn Arabs ain't destroyed it by now. Okay, to the right, an Egyptian-looking man. They always say an Egyptian-looking man. Why is it an Egyptian-looking man, motherfucker? Because it's an Egyptian. Oh my God. These motherfucking crackers is crazy. They right up there, an Egyptian looking man. You know why it's an Egyptian? Because it's a goddamn Egyptian, motherfucker. Neo-Assyrian period, 9th century 9th to 7th century BC. Okay? And this was damn near the fall of Egypt. Just to show you that the population was still the dominant population throughout the landmass. So all of this is coming. So the dominant culture of Iraq and Iran and of what was called Palestine was Egyptian Cushite. It was the dominant culture. Now, the question I'm going to ask you again, how is it possible? You see the lotuses, you see the Egyptian hairstyle, you see the wings. How is it possible for you to find this much artifacts from ancient Egypt, that far from Egypt, and you find no biblical evidence whatsoever? Because that was a created lie to redirect the narrative. You understand what I'm saying? To give them some type of hold on African lands. And so they had to create a God that would create a mythical book that would give them permission to seize the land from our people. But the fact is, there is no prophets, there is no biblical net, there is no Israel, there is none of that. All that shit that they claim they finding, that shit is made up just like the damn Dead Sea Scrolls. They ain't found no major artifacts yet. The oldest artifacts that ever been found in the land of Palestine, Israel, are Egyptian. Let me keep it moving so y'all can see this. Even what they call, okay, now this is some of the one, this is in the museum, okay? Over there, the Babylonian, okay, you see? And then look at the Susa, which is Iran. Look at that. That's Persepolis. You see how dark their damn skin is? You see the woolly hair? Both of them are woolly hair. But the one from Iran, you can see is coal black. Now that's in the museum in Iran. I didn't make it up. I didn't color it in. I didn't do none of that. Okay? This is how it looked in Iran. So you can see for your fact they black, that they Cushite. And the only man on this planet that gonna have hair, woolly hair in his head, in his beard, and have that black skin is a damn African. There's no other people on the planet that possess them two characteristics. Hands down, leave it alone. Stop lying to the goddamn people. We got to wake up today. When you look at the Ishtar Gate, there ain't no goddamn Ishtar Gate. That's the damn pylon. That's the damn Egyptian doorway. Now, the one to the right is Nubia, to show you that they copying. They copying, family. The one to the right, which is the African, is the oldest. You can't keep saying that Mesopotamia started all civilization. That the lies up. You got to come up out of that today. Okay, we showing you the evidence. The evidence is hard, is undisputable. Look at this. Let me go to this one. You see right here, again, coming out of Phoenicia. Okay, coming out of Phoenicia. Okay, attachments of the mistress of animals and water. And you can see that it ain't nothing but Heru. It ain't nothing but Heru. So we proving, goddamn it, these is African gods. Where your God at? Huh? You all them goddamn Mesopotamian God is nothing but watered down African deities. In many instances, they the same African deity because these is African people. Okay, these is African people. But later on, they will become Ishtar and all these other, these other so-called Mesopotamian deities. Let me keep it moving. Let's go down here. Let me get back on track. I want y'all to see these ziggurats. Okay? Nothing but mud. This is another one. You understand? Look at this. You understand? They never built with granite. Okay? So you're not going to tell me you came into goddamn Africa and built a pyramid and you didn't keep none of that knowledge for yourself? You still building with mud? The only way you could develop to build a pyramid, you would have had to been working on granite for fucking hundreds of thousands of years to get that good. They never created one fucking structure in granite. They never used masonry. Masonry is stone. So they were not masons. I'm tired of that. You know, you're not a mason by putting some goddamn mud together, a mud mound. That's not masonry. When you dealing with masonry, nigga, you dealing with stone, nigga. That's what a mason is. You dealing with stone. You cutting stone, nigga. There is no stone on this structure. This is a fucking mud house. That's all in there. And over the years, that shit just melted down to what it looked like today. Okay? So they'll draw all this shit to make you, again, they put them bricks up there to make it look like something. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what they did. They put this shit up here to make it look like something. This is another one, where they put some brick on the outside. It's technically a mud fucking mound. Again, showing you the woolly head Africans in pursuit. Black skin, you can see the curls in their damn hair. And then you see the Arab down there, and he got the goddamn camel. If Mesopotamian came in and built the pyramids and did, why you don't see no camels on the goddamn walls of ancient Egypt? You ain't never seen a camel on the wall of ancient Egypt. Nowhere do you see the camel. Okay, so when the people come in and they're gonna bring, the more profound parts of their culture. Just like when you go into you see ancient Egyptians, profound deities. You see their hairstyles and this, that, and the third. If the Mesopotamians had anything to do with ancient Egypt, you would have seen that goddamn camel, which you do not see. Look at that right there. Look at that right there. So you see right there, they've been fucking with them camels for a long fucking time. Let me keep moving. Now look at this. Look at this. Today, you see them over there, the so-called ISIS, they going in there destroying that shit. That they know it ain't theirs. They know it ain't there. You can see them in there trying to destroy the artifacts because they know them. Now take this in mind. If that man thought that was him, he would venerate it. If he thought that was him, he was. It was no way if he thought that was him on the wall, they would be over there destroy. Look at that. That's a sick motherfucker. They sick. Them goddamn Arabs is sick as hell. They destroy because they know we have a more profound culture that they cannot duplicate, and the only thing they could do is try to destroy it. And you understand what I'm saying? And that's what they over there trying to do. Look at this. Let me show you this. You see up on the relief, that's nothing but Acker. You see the two lions. They use human head, but that's Acker, represent yesterday and tomorrow, with the sun disk representing the present day. And you can see this at Oximo. I seen it, I took the picture myself. This concept went from Iran to the Americas, from Africa, even into damn Iraq. It's a universal concept because Egypt, Africa was the university of the ancient world. And just like most people go to westernized universities today from all over the world, people came from all over the goddamn world to go to African, after the fall of Egypt, to go to African universities and get some type of wisdom. And they carried it back to wherever they came from, and they added their own cultural expressions to the original concept. So you go to Iraq and it looked like that. You go to Africa, this is the original, the Acker, the god of the horizon. You go to Uxmal, you go amongst the Olmecs, and you see it's the jaguar, the two-headed jaguar. And then here you got the two-headed griffin, okay, out of Persepolis, Iran. Okay, let me come down and see, is there anything? Okay, well, at this point, at this point, I done went over some key information. Okay? Key information. I went over the biblical information to prove hands down. What was I trying to prove? Not validate the Bible at all. Not validate the Bible at all. But to validate that the cracker told a lie that he wished he had not told. And he told that all them land masses from, what we call today Arabia, Iraq, Iran, all the way up even into Turkey was Northeast Africa. And looking at the artifact, I went over to the definitions of Kush. I went over the definition of Ethiopia. I went over the definition of Ham, okay, who was supposedly, according to the Bible, we know it's a lie, but what are we getting out of it? That you knew that they were, number one, that they were African. You knew that the original inhabitants of the land that you in there today belonged to African people. That they were black, they were woolly haired, and they were of the Hamitic blood, not the Semitic. So the Arab today that's in Egypt, see, you hold them to the lie. Either you a motherfucking Semitic or you a Hermetic. The Egyptians were Hermetic. You want to be the bloodline of Abraham on one end, and then on the other hand, you want to be the Egyptian. You see what I'm saying? And once you know how to move the players on the board, you have fun with them. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing. It ain't about validating the Bible. You know the original lie. And once you know the original lie, you can move the players. And so what the Arab is, he got caught trying to play both sides of the motherfucking fence. See, the Hermetics is the cursed. They the cursed Africans. Okay, that's the Egyptians. So today, the goddamn Arab wants to be the Egyptian. He wants to claim the legacy of ancient Egypt at the same time being the descendant of Abraham. How the fuck is you gonna do that? Either you the Semitic or you the Hermetic. You can't be both, motherfucker. So you're not the original man of ancient Egypt because y'all some pale-skinned motherfucker. Y'all got a little more African in you than the white man, bitch. But you're technically a fucking white man. And if you look at how they identify the Arab is considered a white man. Okay? Now you got some that got a little melanin in them. You understand? Because they've been raping African women. But technically, they a white man. But yet instead, you want to be the Egyptian and the Muslim. You want to be a Semitic and Hermetic. You got caught on both sides of the fence, bitch. You ain't really either because there is no Semitic. There is no Hermetic. But we understand based on the definitions that you gave, you knew that they was Africans. That's all we had to prove. You knew we was the original peoples of the land. Okay? You knew that Egypt is far older than fucking Mesopotamia. We went over these facts. Now we look at the artifacts of what was left. You see, ain't got nothing to do with no Bible or nothing. You see the wings, sun, death, this, you see all the people are Egyptian. They're gonna say an Egyptian looking man. It ain't no Egyptian looking man, motherfucker. It's an Egyptian. You see what I'm saying? All up in Iraq, all up in Iran. You see the architecture is Egyptian. You see the deities is Egyptian. Now, just as easy as I show you the Egyptian, why can't you find no biblical, just that profound? Just don't talk me to death. Show me the evidence of any so-called Sumerian Mesopotamia. Those are all created terms to control the narrative, to steal from us our legacy. We just like we got to give up that Europe, we got to give up all these terminologies. We just using it today because so many people are locked in the Bible. So we using the Bible to get them up out of the goddamn Bible, to show them. You understand? You cursed in this book, and that's why so many people flee from Africa. Oh, you got niggas over here. I'm an Aboriginal over here. Show the niggas, and they still using the term even after we break the goddamn term down. And anybody in their right mind, again, them niggas still talk. Next Sunday, the flyer going up tomorrow. Them niggas running off of their mouth. I'm gonna stay in their goddamn mouth. I'm gonna be knocking teeth out of their motherfucking mouth all fucking year. You bitches running with me, I'm on your ass. I'm in your chest, motherfucker. I'm digging in your chest. I'm the Grim Reaper for you, motherfucker. I will not stop throwing daggers in you, motherfucker, all this fucking year. Y'all done pissed me off to where I'm gonna destroy y'all, motherfucker. I'm on top of y'all. I'm not letting up. I'm glad I went in y'all mouth. If y'all want it, don't come. Bring me the top one. Any of you motherfuckers. I don't want no little motherfucker. You know, I want the biggest motherfucker y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Y'all cannot deal with the gods. Once we, know the facts and we line our ducks up, you motherfuckers is done. You know what I'm saying? So family, today I went over that. Mesopotamia, showing you that Arabia, was Sheba. According to the Bible, the Cushites was in the land before there was and when you understand the genealogy, you understand that Ishmael was, according to the Arabs, that's their father. Come through. When you talk about Ham, that's before Abraham and Ishmael. So that proves that the Cushites was in the land long before Ishmael, Abraham, or any of that. Abraham was living in the land of Nimrod, the Nubian. It's a Nubian. You know, that was powerful coming up out of that book. You understand where they said that the Cushite was of Nubian origin? That hurt. That hurt them motherfuckers. So you got to know this and continue your studies and pound these motherfuckers over and over and over until we destroy the whole fucking map and take it back and put our people's minds back into the right consciousness and and get that operating system working for Africa again. That's our land. When we take back, Africa, that coming too. Nigga, that's coming. That's like the nigga garage. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying it to, that's like you got the house, you take back the house, and you let a nigga keep your garage. We can't let that happen. We got to take the whole goddamn property back. You know what I'm saying? Shit, you can't let because, technically that was a launch pad. That's why the Egyptian and Ethiopian kings had to go in many times and free, Phoenicia and Canaan was looked at as their brother. And they would always go up there and free in case, invaders, and free their brother, because they know that's the entrance into the door of Africa. And they knew if somebody came up there and conquered the land leading into Africa, that they knew that that Africa would be next. That Africa would be next. So they always defended that landmass as their own land. And we're going to have to do it in the upcoming years. And that's why when you look at, and I'm about to end, when you're looking at the population of Africa going up to 4 billion, is no doubt that a large amount of that going to even spill over back into that, to that land. And it's going to become a part of Africa once again. Bet on it. The future is bright for African people. We got to know our history. We got to lay the map out now today to know how to develop and what we got to take back, what must become a part of our legacy once again. This is the general busting their motherfucking head, the African Cushite origins of Mesopotamia and Arabia, part 2. Love you for being here today. Now go on out there, do your research. I'm going to go in my chat for a minute. How I do today, family? Somebody say white people in Africa more than black. Stop lying. You shouldn't woman, be quiet. Africa got goddamn 1.5 billion people, and they all in the goddamn tropical regions. Stop lying. What goddamn white people gonna live down there? Look at the map. Goddamn woman, quit lying to yourself. You got crackatosis. You got goddamn crackatosis. What's your name? Let me get on her. What's her name? Damn it. Somebody goddamn got rid. Damn, don't get rid of her. I want to use her ass for a punching bag. Y'all goddamn, y'all, something, Patah got her. Patah got her ass before I could get on her. You understand what I'm saying? That's somebody there got crackatosis. So everybody, we can't hate or help, but we know what it is. So family, I'll be back with another, informative video. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Exhilarating and educational beyond compare anybody on the goddamn planet. This is the best goddamn site ever. And I'm gonna prove it to you night in and night out. I'm gonna have another topic coming up real soon that's gonna blow your mind. Me and Pharaoh gonna get up here and work out. We ain't worked out in a minute, but we do lectures every month. So I don't want nobody to think that, we not building. And I know you niggas out there bumping your gums. We getting back up on the horses real soon. And we gonna ride out. Okay? Don't think I don't hear you niggas out there mumbling and grumbling like bitches and hoes. I must say that. So I see we got to get back up on the horse and go out cracking you motherfuckers' head. Here we come, family. So see y'all real soon. Another exhilarating topic will go up real tomorrow. We ain't laying off. And I'm gonna come in much earlier. I won't be so late. You understand what I'm saying? This is the General Sarah student said. Wait a minute, y'all didn't tell me how I did. How I do out there, goddamn it. Shit. I ain't gave a nigga no love or nothing. Appreciate all my family out there. Goddamn it, somebody do something out there. Throw some bombs up and shit. Some AKs and all that shit. That's right. That's wonderful. I'll be black tomorrow. Y'all ass be in the place. I'm gonna come early. I'm gonna wake, and nigga, I'm gonna be. Yeah, you can come in. If you can run the church, nigga, you can run out the church. Be in this motherfucker. I'm gonna come on 1 o'clock. I'm coming on 1 o'clock tomorrow. You understand? I'm gonna beat you. You gonna say fuck it. I ain't going to church tomorrow. Said he gonna be my church. All right, this the General Sarah student said he saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.